Hello there, YouTube. What's going on now? It's me, Gabriel Nail here, founder of Weather Buddies Forecasting Central. If you guys have any fantastic day, I'm glad to hear that. Today's actually my birthday, so I just wanted to quickly let you know. Well, I'm up doing another U.S. weather forecast, so before we get started with the video, I ask that you give the video a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring that bell notification icon to get the latest updates. Alright, let's get started with the video. Alrighty, here we are with the U.S. weather forecast as of September 8, 2022. Let's get started. Also, we may get some good storms across the mid-south and southeast, so we'll need to keep an eye on that, okay? But let's move forward here. This is the first frame, so this is September 9th, so this would be tomorrow, Friday. There's Hurricane K, and there's a cold front draping across the northern tier of the United States. Coming out of the Canadian Prairie, and there's actually going to be a low pressure system that's going to develop somewhere along this area, around those two circles. First of all, though, the enhanced convection I was talking about in the mid-south and southeast, there you go. Got some storms popping up there. Looks kind of bleak for Texas right now, but we'll just keep an eye on that and see what happens. As for Florida, just have some scattered storms in the area, and then again, there's this front that's going to be draping across the midsection of the country. It's going to be going pretty much the southeasterly direction. And we'll watch and see what this front evolves into. Alright, moving on to Saturday. Here's Saturday. So there's the same front. There's K, and nothing out in the Atlantic right now. There is actually two areas of concern in the Atlantic, but there's still far out, so I'll have to wait and see when that actually becomes, a thing. Okay, back to what I was saying here. More scattered convection across the south and the southeast. Carolinas, you guys could be getting some good rains. Tennessee, Kentucky, pretty much those areas can see some good storms. Now let's move on to the next slide. So this is Sunday. Okay, Sunday, September 11th. There's that upper level low I was telling you about that was going to develop somewhere along this area, somewhere along the Midwest. Scattered convection across the in desert Southwest and Intermountain West. That's all due to Hurricane K, tropical system K, and then more continued scattered convection across the south and southeast. All right, moving on. It starts to kind of dwindle at this point. There's that upper level disturbance. Combined with a cold front right there, right across the, near the Mississippi River Valley, and going along the Ohio River Valley. That's where you're going to generally see that front. And then just off to its east, got another kind of looks like a front, associated with another storm system that's somewhere in this area. Again, this is one of those low pressure systems that have more than one system combined. And then again, scattered convection across the southwest. Nothing happening in the northwest at this time, but we'll keep an eye on that. And again, scattered convection across Florida. Alright, moving on to this, I think I have two more slides after this, I believe. So this is Tuesday, September 13th. This low just kind of sits there, meanders there. It does create a big, massive kind of outflow boundary front right there. Got some scattered convection across the Intermountain West. This time, the Northwest not really is going to see much out of this, but the further north you go, especially along the spine of the Rocky Mountains, or kind of in the western half of the Rocky Mountains, you could see some storms popping up in the afternoon. So yeah. Oh, and as for Florida, whoopsies. Sorry, hold on, mistake there. As for Florida, again, mid-south Florida, you can see some storms. In the south, or the mid-Atlantic, you can see some storms. Alrighty, now we're moving on to temperatures you just saw. I wasn't trying to show that, but alright, here's the temperature anomalies. So there is going to be a cool pool that's going to generally sit in this area for the next 5 days. Yeah, so we're going to watch this area here. And as for the west and southwest, you can experience some really high heat again. Once again, that front that I was telling you about is kind of going to be associated with some warm air out ahead of it. So there ain't going to be too much severe storms coming out ahead of this, though. It looks like it is favorable for severe weather, but again, the models have not been predicting that, so I'm not gonna assume that there's gonna be anything in there. And then the interior New England states, you guys can be experiencing some warmer than average weather. So yeah. Alright, moving on to Saturday. Alright, so here's Saturday, September 10th. Again, the midsection of the country, mostly below average. Keeping warm air pretty much confined to the southwest and Southern California. And actually some warm pockets across the northeast and parts of the Midwest there. So let's see what we got. Let's see what happens on the next slide. That pool of cold air, I'm trying to say, is starting to dive a little bit in the southeast. And is this going to be a frost event? No, not likely. It's still too early to have that kind of event. It's not uncommon to have a frost event, but this is still kind of a little too early. So, no, I don't think we're going to see a frost event just yet. But as you can tell, the whole western third there of the country is experiencing above average temperatures, from Montana all the way down to New Mexico. So yeah, and interior of the West. So yeah. Alright, moving on to the next slide. Monday, September 12th. A pool of cold air. You can kind of see the system that is causing this. You can actually make out like a little bit of a spiral right there. Oh, let me redraw that. A little bit of a spiral right there. So that kind of tells you that that low that's forming in the Midwest, there's a cutoff low, but it's not moving much. As for the rest of the United States, it's going to be above average, pretty much west of that line and east of that line. So, yeah, you get what I'm saying. Alright, moving on to the next slide. This should be our last slide, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, okay. This is our last slide. And again, the heat just keeps going on, just keeps scorching the western half of the United States. This could, though, this is where it starts to kind of go in a southeasterly direction. So, again, this pool of cold air is not any frost event in any means. Because if it were to have been, it would have been connected to what's up here, but again, that's not evident right now. As for the interior New England states, you guys got some, and pretty much the mid-Atlantic there, too. You guys got some, storms, excuse me. You got some warmer weather along the coast there. So pretty much coast to coast, you have warmer than average temperatures, while the midsection of the country experiences cooler than average temperatures. Alright, let's move on to my forecast. Alright, this is my precipitation forecast, as kind of what we were seeing. Above average temperature, or above average precipitation. Going ahead of myself there, I'm sorry. To pretty much throughout most of the New England states and the Mid-Atlantic, a part of the eastern half of the Midwest as well, while the western half of the Midwest experienced slightly above average to equal chances or around average. Now, you're looking at this on the western half of the United States, like, how is that? Why is that there? Well, that has to do with Hurricane Kate. So, with Hurricane Kate, I've added this in there because Hurricane Kate is going to bring some delivery moisture to the west. Well, and now, so now for the central part of the country, including parts of the Rocky Mountains, you guys can experience below average temperature, or below average precipitation, sorry. So, anywhere from Arkansas to Utah is where you can experience below average precipitation. Alright, let's move on to the next. Alright, we got one more slide here. Alright, this slide, okay, so this is where this temperature outlook, again, there's that cold pool there, or pool of cold air, I keep saying it backwards. And then we have a because currently we have a big ridge in the west, so next 5 to 7 days, there's not really much in the way of relief to the heat in the west. Very far northwest, though, you can experience some cool below average temperatures, too. Equal chances in the New England states. Florida's going to be mostly equal chances. They could experience some warm in the southern tip of Florida, but that's about it. And, yeah. this is your U.S. weather forecast as of September 8th, 2022. We hope you enjoyed, and we will talk to you in the next video. Alright, bye.